Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. My name is Apollonia, I'll be your host once again and caster, and joining me this time, you know him, it's CA, caster and analyst. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited. The break was really nice, but I was just missing the LG Ultra Gear Valorant action coming in. So definitely something really huge for me watching. And the 3 teams today, really excited about them. The first one we've got is Team Tamilas.
All right, yeah, it is Team Tamilas versus KD Fixers. Now, we have a lot to talk about this match going in. I'm super excited. Remember, guys, it is day 2 and the last day for the round of 256. So all the teams that you see winning today, they will move on to the round of 128. So right off the bat, KD Fixers, we haven't seen them before, so it is their time to make a mark. But as for Team Tamilas, we are all too familiar with this team, CA.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially given the fact that the teams coming in now has made a couple of changes for themselves. For me, it shows the sort of seriousness with which they're approaching the Valorant competitive scene. They've achieved success in different platforms. Now coming into Valorant, not making it too far last time. We'll try to get to at least the quarterfinal, semifinal stage this time. High expectations from both the new players because they're coming into a huge, huge franchise.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, it seems like they have swapped out 2 from their previous roster, so it's going to be exciting to see what they have in store. And I'd also like to point out that one of the members, Rafa, he did win an LG Ultragear monitor in the best highlight of the tournament, which was the Challengers Series 1. So Rafa is the player that, you know, if you're new to Team Tamilas, look out for him. He's pretty good. I believe that he got like an ace as well. And the map chosen for today is Bind. And this is the most comfortable map that we have seen Team Tamilas on, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. As for KD Fixers, what do you think their mindset would have to be approaching this game going up against Team Tamilas? And we're actually ready for the match. So let's move in and continue talking about the expectations for KD Fixers.
So for me, KD Fixers, they have to just play it with zero pressure whatsoever because they're not known as such in the scene. They have a chance to establish their names completely. Team Tamilas, though, on Bind specifically, I think everybody remembers that insane comeback against
Team Sancroid. Yeah,
but that's going to be on the mind for everybody here. If they can get a lead, they'll just pull away with it. But looking at the compositions, really interesting to note, no Killjoy from either teams and no Breach for KD Fixers.
Oh, wow. So it looks like KD Fixers is still running the Sage, so that's pretty cool. We have seen Oh, Rafa there opens up the frag with the first blood, and that's going to be a double for him. Rafa is known to be on Reyna, but this Oman gets a triple as he moves in, but Radical Glitch is going to stop his rampage. Stoner, however, is just going to pull it back a little bit. On the Breach, throws the fault line, and he's just going to be met with Phoenix here. Fire shots, but Radical Glitch with the double. Last man alive. And Flex takes him out. That was so quick.
Yeah, like really fast the way they approach it. I really like the way they're using the Breach Omen combo. The Breach sending out his flash, giving Rafa basically free reign in that fight right there. He's able to get 3 headshots for himself, get 3 kills. What I really like about Team Tamilas' composition is they seem to have enough of everything. They have the smokes in the Omen, they have the info with Cypher and Sova, they have the Breach, of course, who we know to be really strong this patch, and they have the Jet for the duelist action. So really nice composition from them coming up.
Oh, indeed. Rafa, we were saying he's always on that Reyna, and we know him loving to position himself in hookah. But this is Stoner here, just gonna pick up the frags instead, and Team Tamilas with an explosive entrance. It is an eco, however, for the attackers, but that's not gonna stop them. And Rafa gets taken out. But 4v3 situation, KD Fixers in a tough spot, but it's understandable. You know, this round is more of an investment. Is it an investment? No, it's the opposite of an investment, right? You're kind of like saving up to get the better equipment.
Yeah, it's just waiting on the future and trying to get as many like kills as you can right here, right now to try to deny them. Nizkit though getting another kill, make it 2v2 in the field for both teams. Now, KD Fix is actually responding really well, and Nizkit has picked up the Spectre, so maybe they can try to make a play for it. The Sage coming in pretty strong, but Flex. This is another player that we know to expect really good things from besides Rafa. His operator plays on Jet, where something to know before, but Team Tamilas will clutch it through. But with 4 deaths, that's not a bad round for KD Fixers.
Oh, indeed, especially the fact that it was an eco round, but Zoid there, ready to save the day. And this is his debut as well with Team Tamilas, so that is exciting to watch. He is running the Sova, and I don't believe that we have seen a Sova the last time Team Tamilas was around. So this is going to be pretty cool. We will see that the team strategy is a bit different. But moving on into round 3, KD Fixers will get their full buy. and we can see what they are all about. So let's pull up the scoreboard, see what everyone has, and we see Vandals, Phantoms, full armor, but this is Radical Glitch here. Popping the ultimate is just going to raise that firewall, takes out the Cypher trap, and meanwhile, we have the Cypher watching the showers, but Radical Glitch not really going to capitalize much from that ultimate.
Yeah, a bit of value lost from the ultimate right there. Perhaps a bit more aggressiveness needed from Radical Glitch there to get full use. But Tagev getting a kill right there will make it 5v4 in the favor of Team Tamilas. And Team Tamilas just looking really good right off the bat. Not something we expect from them. Showing that they've taken their time off after going out in Series 1 to just fine-tune their performance and their leadership and strategy. Really well played from them.
And that is Rafa picking up the kill. Bathman, I mean, I guess why he's in showers. Perfect time, perfect place. And that is Bathman picking up Stoner. Now Team Tamilas, they have that information on where he is. 30 seconds left on the clock. The spike is being heavily guarded, which is a good move from the defenders. And this is going to be a huge loss for KD Fixes here as Rafa picks up the third kill of the round. Nicely done, I would say.
Yeah, so the way both the teams are playing, they sort of remind me, like the way KD Fixers is playing, it sort of reminds me of Team Tamilas, where KD Fixers, they seem to be relying on individual brilliance, as Team Tamilas seem to be doing in Series 1. But Team Tamilas, they've sort of refined their strategies and they look much more like a cohesive unit who's got those scrims in, who's got the practice in, and actually understand their win condition much better. You still see, though, the three-man B play that they're very well known for, really going for the aggressive pushes, something that I like that they're sticking to their identity.
This is Stoner here, Hookah Warrior. Looks like he has swapped positions with Rafa, but KD Fixes there. Loses one member pretty early, and it is tough. They did lose the last round, it was a full buy, but this is Rafa just going on a rampage. Will he get the fourth? He's got a reload, and he's still watching the Sage. Eco round for KD Fixes, however. And Rafa there, a little bit risky, but he still is healthy. And this is Team Tamilas. They're not defending, they're attacking from the defense. And there goes the spray. Cypher's gonna pick that up. Tagev making a brilliant play there. That was nice. A double kill for him. And I think this is going to be a huge confidence boost for Team Tamilas, especially winning the first 4 rounds. If anything, KD Fixes, they got to take the next one, because that's going to be a full buy for them once again.
Yeah, I mean, KD Fixers, they did go on the eco this time after losing their first buy round. And as you said, like the second buy round coming in will be absolutely important, because I do think Team Tamilas will start to run away with it. You can already see it in the way Rafa is playing. He was very aggressive in the first pistol round, and his aggressiveness just sort of becoming more and more apparent as he sort of just getting comfortable with the fact that he is an extremely highly skilled player and really good at it. Now, though, they're changing it up, not playing as aggressive, just... KD Fixers, though, still in the same spot, still trying to hold that small corridor in the attacking side, not actually trying to make some moves may not be the best strategy against Tamilas.
Oh, yeah. And now KD Fixes. This round really has to come, you know. It's just going to be so advantageous for them if they do get this one. But Team Tamilas, they're really strong in defense. The last we've seen them in Series 1, they packed a big punch. It was tough to get past them. And they do have an extremely strong mental, and that is Stoner there. Flex, Rafa, all picking up a kill for themselves, leaving KD Fixes to just 2 members left. And this is not a good sign, but Flex is going to challenge that. He gets taken out by Chimichanga. But Tagev with the revenge, and last man standing is Bathman with the operator. And there it is, the shot connects onto Tagev. He's just gonna reposition. 28 seconds left on the clock. I would suggest go for a save, but defend yourself with your life. You know, or if you could get into a teleporter and just wait in there, that's gonna be a lot better. But 15 seconds, most definitely Reina is not gonna challenge for the plant.
Yeah, for sure. The save is the smart move here, but not like the greatest of results for KD Fixers, because 5-0 Team Tamilas, they didn't even play as aggressive this round. Just winning the peaks against KD Fixers will give them just a huge confidence advantage going forward, and just sort of being able to hold on to their lead. Team Tamilas looking like a very, very different team from what we saw in Series 1. In Series 1, a lot of what we talked about Team Tamilas was their capability of acting as the cohesive unit. Now I'm seeing a lot more individual brilliance.
Right. And, you know, today is the round of 256. We will see a lot of skill mismatches. And it seems like KD Fixers, they haven't quite found their footing yet. So Team Tamilas here with the 5-round lead, going strong, and a great entrance for them, most definitely. So moving on into this game, this is Radical Glitch. This time, KD Fixers are not going to let Team Tamilas push out. They're going to take the charge instead, and they're moving through Hookah. And it seems like Team Tamilas, they have this information. The rotations are coming in, leaving Cypher alone on A. That is Tag F. But Rafa, he's exposing himself, but he picks up Chimichanga there. And he's going to look for the second victim. And Radical Glitch did not expect him. But what is this flex? With that triple kill on the operator. Jet is made for the op, pretty much. And Flex is just utilizing that so well in this game.
Yeah, it's something that we know to see from Flex as such. We've seen him pull off like just absolutely beautiful flicks in Series 1 with the operator. Rafa here, he's acting like Deadpool. He's like, give me them chimichangas. He wants them so bad. Like the way Rafa plays, it's so eye-opening for me in the sense that normally you see really good players going for the peaks from advantageous points and then getting kills. Rafa, he just walks out into the open and kills everybody.
And this is KD Fixers, once again, a swarm of angry bees here. But Rafa takes out Chimichanga, and that's going to be pretty tough. But they do take out Stoner, and this time KD Fixers, they do find themselves with the one-man lead as they pop the Resurrection from the Sage, which is, you know, pretty good. Utilizing that Sage Resurrection, I feel, is the best part about her, considering that, you know, the nerfs has hit her pretty hard. But this is KD Fixers here. They gotta utilize this advantage, but they have no clue that Tagaf is gonna come in from the back, and Flex is watching on a site. The firewall has been raised by Radical, so that's pretty good. They might look for an A-shot plot, but this is Tagaf with the backstab as he picks up 2 kills and just gonna drop that neural death. And this is Flex. He's ready with them daggers as he moves through the smoke, but he's gonna be taken down by Badrock. Last man standing is Tagaf. So, you know, the backstab was good. Able to pick up 2 kills, but everyone else on Team Tamilas unfortunately fell to the rest of the other members. And that's Radical Glitch with 4 kills. Oh my goodness. You know, if anything, he's the one that is taking the spotlight on the side of KD Fixers.
Yeah, that ultimate right there from Sage coming in really clutch for KD Fixers. They're able to, after getting a kill onto Team Tamilas, putting Rafa down low, they're able to get that man advantage. This backstab almost costing them the round, but really hard push by Radical Glitch, getting the 4K, ensuring that his team is able to pull something back. In this round, especially really important for them, because you really do not want to be going down like 9-3 or 10-2 in the defensive side. If they can sort of pull back to an 8-4 or 7-5, then they would still be relatively happy going into their own defensive section.
Indeed, and that's going to be the first round. Hopefully, it gives them a little bit of a boost in terms of their mental. And, you know, having a strong team, it's all about their teamwork, their communication, and having the same drive and goal. So Team Tamilas here, especially with the reform, it is working out for them. We can see that at least here in the round of 256, they are thriving pretty well. This is Bathman in the showers. That's what he's known for. And he does pick up the first kill on Tag F, moving on to site. And KD Fixers this time leading the charge. Rafa just gonna peek. He has an idea and picks up Bathman.
Now, you see, KD Fixers are sort of changing up their strategy and going for slightly faster pushers, but Team Tamilas adapting really well. Rafa with the 3K, Spike Carrier goes down, Stoner and Flexors finishing it right up. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Team Tamilas, like before, you would expect them to sort of adapt individually. Now they seem to be adapting as a team. I sort of feel like there's a sort of leading voice in that team, potentially even Rafa with the way he's just sort of carrying the plays. And I'm really excited to see the way they're sort of pulling it through, because I think this Team Tamilas can definitely make a name for themselves, challenging the teams we know to be the top of the crop in this Challenger Series. I would say though, I think maybe that LG Ultra Gear monitor definitely benefiting Rafa with the way he's just sort of really confident in his place.
Oh, indeed. Flex here. Just gonna dash away to safety. Meanwhile, Rafa and Nizkit do find one for themselves. And that's Rafa with the double. Just every round fragging out of his mind. And that's gonna be a triple. You can't stop this man. It doesn't matter what he's playing. Tagam chiming in. Does pick up Batman. Last man standing is Radical, and that's Rafa with the 4K once again. He is just on fire. He's making it look like it's aim practice for him, but you don't want to think that, right? KD Fixers, they gotta change it up, and we have spoken that if you want to have a chance, even against a strong team, at least get a couple of rounds, you know? You don't want to go down without a fight. You've got to change up that strategy. And KD Fixers, they do spread their members out, but they can't seem to stand together. You know, when there is a gun battle, even if KD Fixers has the upper hand with the first peak, and they do spot them first, it's like they can't get the kill fast enough. And Rafa with 21 kills. The second fragger on Team Tamilas has 9. So is it just Rafa just completely obliterating them? I mean... But this is Flex Zoid picking up for themselves. Rafa again with the multi-kill. He has no chill, and that's going to be 3. KD Fixers, however, they are getting caught in the same positions. So I'd really like to see them change that up.
Now, 24 kills for Rafa after that round. As you said, the next closest member, Radical, and his own teammate with like barely even 10 kills. And I really like the way the entirety of Team Tamilas is sort of functioning around him. Normally, when you see an Omen, you expect the Omen to be throwing out the dark covers, the paranoias, to set up his teammates to make the aggressive moves. Rafa's like, nah, bro. Let me show you how I play Omen. The Breach constantly setting up Rafa's aggressive pushes, and the way he's able to capitalize on them so beautiful. Right there, the Rolling Thunder came in to do that. Now, Zoid does throw out the Hunter's Fury, will not get any tags right there, but you see KD Fixer trying to make a move towards B side with just one member there.
Oh, just Rafa here, he's just coming in from the back. Flash does connect, but he's still alive, and Flex picks up. Oh! Yo! Nizkit was hiding around the corner and he got a double kill. That was so well played. And Jimmy Chunga finds a kill with that ultimate, but Tagap is going to take 2. And KD Fixers, they were coming up strong this round, but somehow the script is almost flipped. But Nizkit, in perfect time, he does resurrect Batman, and KD Fixers 3-man strong. They have to take this round for themselves. They have to. They did utilize their abilities there and got quick kills. So Team Tamilas didn't expect it, but let's see what Tagaf can do and if he's able to clutch this one out.
Yeah, Tagaf definitely, amongst Tagaf and Zoid, we've got to see a lot from Tagaf this round, something that I'm really happy about. This is his debut match for Team Tamilas, right? So he wants to show up. Having said that, potentially maybe Caster cursed him as KD Fixers do get their second round right there. And 9-2 going into the final round. KD Fixers, they need this third round. You see the trigger control coming from Nizkit right there, very, very clutch. Yeah. Even after Rafa kills one of his teammates, he just waits and gets 2 for his patience.
Oh, Nizkit. That was great. That was massive. That was an advantage for them. But KD Fixers, they are still 7 rounds down, and Team Tamilas, they're moving strong. Sometimes you can't expect perfection from a team, right? So KD Fixers here definitely coming back up, finding the weakness or that advantage. But this is Radical Glitch here, popping the ultimate, and he's just gonna make his way. And do take note that Team Tamilas, they are backing away, and that Cypher Cage did kind of help. So now that the ultimate is finished for that Phoenix, what is KD Fixers gonna do? But Flex and Tagav, they both find kills. Rafa as well. It's before they can attack, Team Tamilas is just taking them out one by one. And Flex does find Nizkit. Last man standing is Jimmy Chunga in showers. And he's just gonna back away, drop that stim beacon, and look for the next huntsman on the side of the defenders.
Got the spike.
Yeah, the hunger I'm seeing from Team Tamilas is definitely something new for me, at least personally. From them, the sort of drive they seem to have to just make their way through this tournament is really exciting to sort of see, and really thrilling personally to see from them, because this is a team that, like, we know from other platforms. The fact that they've made their way to Valorant and adapted their squad accordingly to fit into what they consider the good playstyle, really nice to see. The two new members, Tagif and Zoid, on the info agents, Sova and Cypher, I think fitting in really well with the team, even enabling Stoner and Rafa specifically to sort of carry out their duo aggressive plays, and the entire team seems to be benefiting.
And now moving on into the next round, it is the side swap, and this time we have Team Tamilas in attack.
We go.
Katie fixes defense. Now we just saw how aggressive Team Tamilas is. Let's see if they are going to pull the same energy. So the early barrier, because of, you know, the new vulnerability to the wall. Good placement here. And Sage is going to fall off, change angles. We can see Zoid just putting in shot bolts. But Bathman gets the first kill in the baths, as expected of him. I think he's going to be remembered for that. I'm remembering him for that. It's pretty funny. But this is Flex here. Tries to back away for the reload, does pick up one, but Radical Glitch is there for the cover. And Team Tamilas finding themselves 2 men down. They are going to force for the A-side push. Batman with 3 kills. And he is just going at it. Now, it's a 3v1 situation, Stoner, with a tick of health left. And that's Badroll connecting the headshot. Now, KD Fixers, they're coming back on the side of defense. Now, I do think that KD Fixers, they kind of look a little bit more comfortable there on defense, the way that they were watching their angles. So, I think this is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But you wouldn't know, right? Once Team Tamilas, they do get their gun buys, it could change as well.
That goes there. Yes, this should do. Ah, this is a nice spot.
Alright, and it seems like my co-caster has disconnected, but not to worry, guys. We're going to continue with the action.
That goes there.
And that was a good round for KD Fixes, just coming back in since the side swap, but nothing is certain. And this is a good choice from Team Tamilas, going for that eco. Radical Glitch, going to start the fragging. He's going to get a double. And this is going to look a little bit impossible for Team Tamilas. They would have to pull off something pretty extraordinary. Flex does pick up the gun that has been dropped. 46 HP, however. But Chimichanga and Badrock, they both find the kill. And last man standing is Flex. A shotgun and a dream, but Bathman is going to take him out. Not too much to worry. And it's a pretty good round for KD Fixes as well, having only lost 1 member. But we're going to move in to the buy round, and, you know, full buys. Team Tamilas, they're really strong. Welcome back, CA.
Yeah, I think the way KD Fixers have sort of responded in the first 2 rounds is really important for them. Because being 10-2 down, going into your defensive side, you basically need every single win you can get. The fact that they're able to pull through the first 2 rounds, gonna showcase for them at least that they're definitely capable of pulling back a comeback against the team we know for the comebacks. So this buy round gonna basically spell the way for the rest of the match. If KD Fixers are able to pull back this round for themselves, it sort of just gives them the confidence to hold down the fort in the defense and try to make the comeback against Team Tamilas. Tamilas, though, if they take this round, they go 11-4, trying to get match point with that eco advantage, not looking good for KD Fixers.
Team Tamilas is a really popular team. They have a huge fan base, repping a specific part of India, and I really like that about this team. And right off the bat, they do get the first kill. Tagav, however, doesn't have much health left. But it's going to be a split-up defense, two for each side on the side of KD Fixers. And Chimichanga just going to back out a little bit. Flex waiting for the right opportunity. And there is time on the clock. But we do see the spike making its way over to B. And Radical Glitch does take out Stoner there. And it's a pretty even matchup. Just gotta look out for Tagav there. And this is Radical Glitch popping the ultimate, raising the wall. He's all about that control, and that ultimate saves him in good time. Drops the flash, and how did that work? But Radical Glitch, Badrock, they're defending B with all their life. It's a 3v2 situation. It's all up to Tagav and Rafa as he picks up a double. Badrock takes out Tagav and Rafa with the triple kill. Rafa does these things in what seems like impossible routes. But this just proves that Team Tamilas, they are the more consistent team here. Well, at least in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. With just 10 seconds left, Rafa had to get that kill for his team to sort of clutch through. Trying to plant the spike at that moment would definitely not have worked out. But yeah, that was a bit of a funny moment there as both Flex and Radical Glitch got sort of caught out. Radical Glitch with the flash in his hand and Flex just sort of turning away when Radical Glitch walking away to give Radical Glitch the kill. But Team Tamilas getting that buy round win going to be absolutely huge for them because going into this round, they do have that small bit on the judge as it's not going to be a full buy round for Team Tamilas as such. So KD Fixers, they still have a chance to pull it back, but every round you lose is just sort of pulling you closer and closer to the end. Radical though, really good for his team. 4 kills for KD Fixers, absolutely huge. Flawless round for KD Fixers. 11-5.
Where did that come from? KD Fixers definitely feeling a lot more at home on defense. On the side of attack at least, they managed to take about 2 rounds and that was not enough for them. But they are starting to come back. But Team Tamilas, they are very close to the finishing line. 2 more rounds for them and it's the round of 128. So this could be a setup for a really juicy match. And hopefully this was not just a one-time thing. Pulling off a flawless round for KD Fixers. And now moving in, quick look at the scoreboard. Radical Glitch with 16 kills leading the charge for his team. And Rafa with 29. I'm pretty sure he wants to be up on that MVP board once again for Team Tamilas, to say the least.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really curious about how KD Fixers are approaching this because last round, the flank coming in from Radical Glitch was what sort of secured the pincer for them. And Team Tamilas now responding with a hard push down B-side as they try to get control. 1-for-1 is the given as it's just Team Tamilas' eco round, so they'll be happy with whatever they can get. A win would be huge. Hunter's Fury is coming out for Zoid though. And the numbers advantage is in the favor of Team Tamilas with control despite they do get the spike down. So Team Tamilas looking really good as they try to get match point in their eco round.
Stoner is gonna show us a little bit of graffiti and then Flash does connect on the 3. Picks up Chimichanga. What's he about to do? KD Fixers 2 members left. Stoner is challenging this. Picks up 1. And thrifty round for Team Tamilas. They were not happy about what happened the previous time. But that was a good performance. They didn't have as strong buys, but they came out on top. And that strategy of them just rushing into B and getting all of this pickoffs, by the time KD Fixers tried to rotate, Team Tamilas were watching all angles. And this is one thing, you see 3 members from KD Fixers, they came from defender side spawn. And I do feel that the better choice is to always try go for the retake through multiple or different entries, you know?
Especially when you have the sort of guns advantage for yourselves. Really well played by Team Tamilas though. That sort of hard rush strategy is not something that you can easily pull off. There's so many things that can go wrong in terms of the gunfight itself. Chimichanga though getting a kill for himself. Team Tamilas now adopting a different strategy as they try to take it slow. Stoner trying to get any peeks he can from Bat right there. Gets 1 kill for himself onto Chimichanga right there. Will throw out the Rolling Thunder, which will allow the rest of his team to push in. 4 versus 3 in the 4 versus 2 for Team Tamilas, trying to take the match for themselves. This is match point for Team Tamilas. If they win right here, they just win the entire series. But Radical Glitch takes down 2 more. 2 versus 1 and the spike is really far away. They're going to collect it now and rotate potentially to B-side.
This might be a round that KD Fixers buys more time for themselves, or it could just be the end. Team Tamilas 1 round away from victory. And Badrock, last man standing. It's a 1v2 situation. The Paranoia is going to connect. And Badrock pull it back a little bit, but the fault line doesn't quite connect. And that's going to be the last kill. Rafa, the man on fire of Team Tamilas. Round of 128 we can expect to see. Oh my goodness, that was a quick match. I did think that KD Fixers did put up a good fight, but Team Tamilas, they were way more consistent. And you have to give credit where it's due. Rafa pulled off an insane and fantastic performance.
Yeah, I think Obviously, like the way Rafa played, huge for Team Tamilas, but I think one of their biggest strengths, as compared to KD Fixers, was their ability to sort of use their abilities in combo and sort of get that advantage for themselves by building that synergy. 464 average combat score for Rafa. This is what you call a smurf.
A smurf. 464, 31 kills. And Radical, he did get 19. He was just under. We could see that he was doing his level best to try and bring his team up. But unfortunately, skill mismatch and Team Tamilas came out on top of that. Now let's move into AMD's Relive the Moment and talk a little bit more about what went down in the first game for today. Remember, guys, we have 3 games that we will stream today. So do stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more action in this LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2. And right there, you see Rafa with the multi-kills. He just came into this game with such an explosive entrance. It's a good way to definitely get your mental up and to start this series too.
Yeah, especially given the composition, right? Like, even though Rafa was on the Omen, I think it was the Omen not because Rafa prefers the Omen, but because of the way their entire composition would work out in Bind. Now, the composition of Sova, Cypher, Jet, Omen, and Breach is the only new one, but you see that sort of composition with the flash coming out from either Breach or any other agent, very prevalent even in Series 1. With the Sage nerfs, those sort of non-Sage compositions become really important for teams to pick up. I'm really excited to see Team Tamilas on Ascent now, when maybe Rafa can, instead of playing the Omen, actually pick up a duelist for himself. Because if this guy can get 31 kills while playing Omen, what happens when you put him on his signature Reyna or even like a Phoenix or Raze of sorts?
I mean, this is a tricky thing, right? Because Omen's kit, he is pretty aggressive looking at
Yep.
his ultimate because he can move across the map and it's very versatile. You can use it in many different ways. He does have one charge of paranoia. So the way Rafa treated that was like he used that to make the push. And we barely saw dark covers come out from him. So Rafa definitely has a different idea. I think it has to do with the versatility, but I thought that kill there was pretty funny, reloading in front of the Sage. But Team Tamilas, they were in their element. We know them to be really strong on bind. This was a great performance. As for KD Fixers, it is tough being faced with such a great team in the round of 256 at least. So I do hope to see them come back and give it their all and stick together and try to grow as a team. There is room for improvement, but I don't think that's the end of KD Fixers. Ultimately, congratulations to Team Tamilas for making it over to the round of 128. Now, guys, this is the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. The next game coming is God Particles versus 100 Pingers. So do look out for that. Remember to like and subscribe. Click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. Until then, sit back, relax. We'll be back very shortly.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 2, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. We're back with game number 2, and it's going to be God Particles versus 100 Pingers. Now, 100 Pingers, this is the first time we're going to see them, and they are up against a really tough team because God Particles placed fourth in the Series 1, and they are definitely a force to be reckoned with, CA.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially given the fact that that's the reason they placed fourth is losing to TSF Gaming in the lower bracket finals, denying them the rematch against God Squad in the first series. God Particles, they're a team that made it all the way to the upper bracket semifinals, and they're definitely a force to consider with. For God Particles in TEC Challenger Series 2, it's going to be all about improving upon that run and just sort of fine-tuning the individual parts, because while the team looks really good, while Knight Rider looks insanely good on the op, it has to sort of become more about executing actions as a team. Saw from Team Tamilas using the agents' abilities in cohesion to get more value out of them.
Oh yeah, indeed. And I remember we did do an interview of God Particles, and Shivy is the IGL for the team. And how God Particles described themselves was that they're a very strong unit. They're a 6-man roster, and they don't believe in roster changes, so they are coming back into this tournament with the same 6 players that we saw in Series 1. So this is going to be pretty cool. And it seems like the match has begun, so we can jump right into the action. And here we have 100 Pingers versus God Particles. And it seems like Amaya Sayajin has stepped in. So Amber will not be playing for God Particles this time. The 6-man roster going strong. We do see Hulk Shivy, Knight Rider Logista. And on the side of 100 Pingers, this is the first time we're going to meet them. Rox, Slade, Delta God Force, Rex, and Demo. And this is going to be really cool because 100 Pingers, you know, we have no expectations for them whatsoever. This is their time to shine, to show us what they got. God Particles is a tough match considering that they made it to 4th place. So 100 Pingers, they have a lot on their plate coming into this game.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled to see this Killjoy in action right here as Rex gets the opening kill. Rox gets another. Rex gets the 3rd, and it's going to be a really strong start for 100 Pingers. But yeah, as I was saying, this Killjoy for God Particles, I'm really excited to see in the defensive half because that's where Killjoy really thrives when she's able to sort of control a site in itself. This will be the opening round win for 100 Pingers. And they will be able to pull it up 1-0. For God Particles being on the attacking side, replacing the Cypher with Killjoy, something that I want to see in action more because the Swamp Grenades, the turret, and especially the Alarm Bot, it offers a lot of the utility that Cypher offers you on Bind. And while we were always skeptical of not seeing the Cypher on Bind before, replacing that Cypher with the Killjoy is something that at least I approve of.
Indeed, and look at the team compositions overall.
Hunting, Omen.
This is going to be an eco round for God Particles. And 100 Fingers, they have opted to run 2 duelists. They have the Omen and the Cypher for that control, and Sova does Sova things. Gets that information, and
No more
puts in the
charges
damage
left.
where he can. So
Eagle
overall, a
eye.
pretty good composition. And Slayer there just takes a peek and knocks Shivy out, connecting that headshot. God Particles loses a member, but it's understandable because this round is an eco. As for the composition, yeah, you were speaking about how Killjoy is just really good at defense, and you know, team compositions usually revolve around the side that a team plays best. So in this case, it does look like, well, God Particles pretty even on both sides, but I would like to see them on the side of defense as well.
Yeah, for sure. Especially the reason I at least think Killjoy is really good as compared to Cypher is because while Cypher offers consistent utility, Killjoy offers the ability to take it all. But Delta God Force, Underpicker is looking so good. Delta God Force with the Marshall gets his third. Underpicker is looking much better than I expected, I have to say. Looking very clean and very aggressive, something that I always like seeing from every team.
Indeed, Delta God Force there. That was some pretty good kills. Not too bad on the Marshall. Seems like he might be the oppo of the team. That's Delta God Force. They're picking up 1, 2. Close range, doesn't even matter. Comes back out for the peak and finds the last one. So, good on Delta God Force there. But he is going to invest in a Phantom. And God Particles, they have the full buys now. So this is where 100 Fingers has to play really carefully. Because God Particles, now that they've got the guns, it's going to be a different story. Because pistol rounds, equal rounds, you know, I would say that if you have a good start in those rounds, you pretty much make it. But Shivy here, he's just going to move into Hookah and try to look for the opening frag. But Knight Rider finds Demo, dashes into sight, and Shivy with the nade. I do believe he used to play Cypher, but this time he's coming in with Raze.
Yeah, it's sort of enabling him by Amaya Sajin switching to that Killjoy, him not having to play his Cypher. Cypher was his mainstay, but what I really like is the way sort of God Particles just take control of that side, because now what Killjoy is really good at is denying any sort of retake whatsoever. You see the Swamp Grenades already come out near the spike in itself, and even if 100 Fingers do manage to retake the site, it's another nightmare in itself of actually defusing with those Swamp Grenades. Amaya Sajin though, getting another kill will make this in 4v2 in advantage of God Particles.
So Amber is not in this game. Amaya is stepping up this time. It's a 4v2 situation. Not really good for 100 Pingers, but they are making the wise decision to back away and try to go for this save. And Jet, not a lot of HP. I would advise not to peek. And this round will go to God Particles, but Hoax does pick up that kill, and that is going to hurt 100 Pingers quite a bit. But moving on into the next round, Rocks there, picking up 4 kills, and Hoax has 2. Not much to see as of now, but Demo, we do see him spotting that op. He's going for that investment with light armor. So 100 Pingers, they gotta make this one work, especially if they are better on the side of defense. You know, you don't want to fall down an endless pit of just losing rounds, you lose the momentum, and not being able to manage your economy.
Yeah, 100 Fingers did have the liberty of buying this round, because having won the first 2 rounds, they had the option of just not spending at all in the 3rd round, going forward with their Spectres. So this round is especially important for them, as you mentioned, and need to utilize that op. Now Slayer X is just going to stand in the corner, but Knight Rider finds him first, gets to the trigger first. Shivy gets another Shivy, looking really good on this duelist pick as compared to his usual Cypher. They're going to spot out another player right there. But it's 100 Fingers down once again, and God Particles, they just seem to have settled into their tempo and settled into their way, and the fact that they're able to pull back as many rounds as possible in the attacking side will be absolutely huge.
Oh, I wish 100 Pingers came in from multiple entrances, but Hoax and Knight Rider, they're not gonna stop. Rex does find one before he goes down, and this is Delta God Force. Trying to bounce back. It's a 1v2 situation, and this is gonna prove to be a little bit tough, especially the fact that Knight Rider is still around. And I do believe that he put up an insane performance the last time around in Series 1. But Delta God Force, he's determined. But Knight Rider with the triple kill takes him out. And that is going to be another round. So 2-2 on the board for both the teams. And 100 Pingers, I think this is where they're going to struggle. But just pay attention to the mini-map. When it comes to rotations, there is a teleporter. That's what Bind is known for. You should utilize that and try to come in from different angles so that, you know, you could potentially trap the enemy in a crossfire.
Yeah, because when you end up just sort of pushing yourselves together into one hallway, it also enables the Omen on the side of God Particles to utilize his abilities with so much capability. Logista getting that key paranoia onto multiple members and then following up with a dark cover just sort of enabled his entire team to get the gunfights in their favor. And therefore Rex pops out the ultimate. Not get a kill, but Rox instead gets a kill for himself onto Knight Rider. Shubi used the Swarm Grenade just to sort of deny any sort of push. Rex going in really aggressive just goes down.
Ooh, I think that was a bit of impatience there as Logista picks up 2. That's going to be very beneficial to God Particles. Delta, God Force takes on 1, but Shivi finds Demo. It's a 2v3, not entirely impossible. Actually, it is, kind of, because it is an eco for 100 pingers. They did lose an ult investment the round prior, so this is going to be a little bit tough. They do manage to take down 2 members, but Amaya finds Delta God Force. Last man standing is Slayer, and he's going to pick up 1. Just going to back away. And did he manage to pick up a gun? Not quite, but he's just going to rush the smoke. Takes down Amaya. Logista with a triple kill. Pretty decent. They did get 4 members down on the side of God Particles. But 100 pingers. Usually we see huge skill mismatches, but at least for the start of this game, it's looking a little bit questionable. But you know, once God Particles puts their foot down, I think it's going to be a tough one. Especially God Particles, they are a team that functions very well as a unit, and I really do want to see all the training during the break. And they talked a lot about teamwork, communication, and synchronizing their movement. So I want to see a lot of that at least in this game.
Yeah, on that point, like, I think it's really cool the fact that they sort of stuck to the same roster, because that sort of enables you to assign roles to particular players for them to improve on, assign sort of areas where the players can get better on, enables you to sort of just pick up agents that are the meta really, really fast. You see Amaya Saijin, who was the substitute in Series 1, actually starting right here because he is likely the player who best uses this Killjoy, who I believe we're going to see a lot of. And the same goes for like agents like Breach, who get buffed randomly. So if you have multiple players in your squad, and if they're constantly there, that enables you to just sort of have different agents for each person in the squad and just be able to pick that up that much easily. God Particles taking it very slow in this round as compared to previous rounds. Really smart switch up. What I really like is the way they're using the turrets and the alarm bot to just sort of deny any sort of entry flank towards them.
Oh, and the paranoia does connect onto Rex, and this is God Particles making a heavy entrance onto the A side, but they're going to take the teleporter. That's going to be a heckin' bamboozle as they make their way onto the B side, and that's how you play Bind, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to take the enemy by surprise. The Killjoy ultimate is put down as Shivi and Amaya finds 1, but 100 pingers, they get 2 for themselves as well. Amaya, we didn't see a lot of him the last tournament, just a few games that he popped in, but we can see why God Particles is starting out with Amaya particularly. And it's a 2v2 situation. Amaya moving into elbow up to B hall and just circling around. How they might just catch 100 pingers off guard. And he does get the cue. He knows where the spike is planted, and this is what you call communication and teamwork. You make it known. And Amaya comes in heavy with the 4K. Another round for God Particles.
Yeah, huge by Amaya. He goes for the wraparound and is able to get the kill even though Rex has the smoke covering him. Just really well played. Like right here, he goes for the full wraparound, knowing that the 100 pingers, they really have to go for the spike because the gun, in terms of the gunfight, Killjoy is so much more stronger at gaining advantageous positions. Him getting 4 kills is so huge for not just the team, but him too. Because as you mentioned, he's a substitute that we didn't see as much in Series 1. And the player he's substituting for today, Ember CS, one of the top players for God Particles, Amaya Saijin showing up for God Particles just showcases the strength of the entire squad as such, and that's amazing to see.
Oh yeah, with the values that they prefer to
I
work
know
on
exactly.
this team without many roster changes. I respect it. Chivi takes down Demo. And you know, do what works for your team. And God Particles is pretty much set. They have a goal, they know what they want. 100 pingers here. This is the first time we are seeing them. And looks like Slay's gonna move into Hookah. They do have an idea, but they are splitting up the defense 2-2. And if there is a need for a rotation from the A side, I hope that happens. They might just come here, make a bunch of noise, wait for the rotations, and they could take the teleporter, or they might just force the push onto this site, and that is what God Particles is gonna do. Rex gets the information from the Cypher trapwire. Rex, he does peek, but Amaya catches him. And that was such... That was an angle that I didn't expect Amaya to look at, but she
Revealing
did.
area.
And it's a 2v1 situation.
Found them.
Rox, last man standing. This is going to be a tough one.
Shot down.
And the spike is being initiated.
Shot down.
Gets the info. Rocks. The shock dart picks up the kill on Amaya. 1v1 situation. Will he clutch this one out? He has that information on where that Omen is. And the spray comes by Logista. Takes out the Deagle. Sheriff, sorry. The one tap just so reminiscent of the Deagle. Pretty much a gun that might be made after that model. But that was a very thrilling round. God Particles, first to 5 rounds.
I'm really enjoying the way God Particles are utilizing their composition in the sense that you see Logista constantly smoking out areas where you expect the other team to be there. So right there, they denied Rex any sort of opportunity to engage, but then they walked into a Cypher wire exposing themselves, allowing Rex to get that kill. So I think the idea really smart from God Particles, but Snare gets a little too ambitious after missing 2 shots, tries to go for the rotate while going for the 3rd shot, instead just gets taken down. 5-2 for God Particles, and with the man advantage in this round, and with the eco round for 100 pingers, it looks like it's going to be 6-2.
100 pingers, they went for a half buy. I do think that they should have gone for an eco instead, because if this round they do not get that, it's going to be a little bit tough in the economy. And it looks like it's going to be a push for the A side instead. And this is God Particles ready to change up their strategy and options. Amaya picks up Rex. And Shivy, he does find Rocks, 100 pingers, 2 men left. Demo having a battle with Knight Rider, does connect 1 shot, but not enough to get the kill. Knight Rider puts a bullet through his head and hopes. Ends it off. Flawless round for God Particles. 100 pingers most definitely should have gone for an equal there. They would have better chances in the next round. But let's see what they will pull out. And Logista, he did get... there was some opening kills. Manages to get position onto A site. And just not a good round for 100 Fingers, I would say. But God Particles, they are an incredibly strong team. I mean, 4th place out of 200 plus teams last tournament. You've got to be pretty damn good to make it that far.
Yeah, for sure. And we did say that once God Particles sort of puts their foot down, it's going to get really, really hard for 100 Fingers to answer back. Having said that, I think 100 Fingers definitely showcasing that they have the capability to pull off something right here. It's just that they lack, I think, the pure experience. You see Knight Rider taking down Demo YouTube there. And Shivy, for me, Shivy has been the silent sort of showstopper right here as he's using. Because the way he sort of freed up to make his plays, it really does bring out the fact that he's actually their in-game leader, and he's able to lead the team from the forefront as compared to being the Cypher who has to just wait and be patient.
Oh yeah, Shivy as an IGL, I mean, he did lead his team really far, but that is going to be Hulks with a shock dart kill and the last kill on Rex. Now God Particles, they've got their footing down. They're not even breaking a sweat at this point with a 5-round lead. That is going to be a tough one for 100 Fingers to come back from. And Shivy did connect the kill onto Delta God Force with that showstopper. So I like this. Shivy was always playing a Cypher, but now that Amaya is in this lineup and Amaya is picking up a Killjoy, it wouldn't really make sense to run a Killjoy, a Cypher, and an Omen. So changing up that Cypher pick to a Raze, it makes a lot of sense. And these are small notes that you kind of got to take note of. 100 pingers, the team composition, I like it. It looks pretty stable. It looks like what they are comfortable with, but they have yet to pop off.
Nowhere to run!
Yeah, so for me, I think the way the meta has panned out over this patch is all about making plays. I think the update to Breach and the way Killjoy is so good at denying retakes and defense just sort of enables you to make aggressive plays. Because if you're able to make those aggressive plays, you get the huge advantages and then you're able to hold down a site. Demo popping that Empress is able to get a kill for himself, and another will mean that 100 pingers are actually 2 kills ahead in this match, and they definitely need this round for themselves to pull something out. Demo gets his third. Demo taking things into his own hand, looking for that ace to bring 100 pingers back into the match.
Oh, this is what we're talking about. This is why there's a Reyna pick. You've got to be this dominant, and that's going to be 4 kills. But Logista stops the madman, takes him out. He has the spike. He's going to drop the ultimate. But 100 pingers, they know what is up. And Logista's just going to go for the plant. I mean, that's easy money, right? But that is an angry Rex as he rushes. Oh, and the spike was implanted. But we saw the idea, and I think, you know, in the heat of the moment, that teleport was a little bit quick. If there was a little bit more waiting, I think he could have pulled that off. But the idea was there, and it's a common strat for an Omen. But 100 pingers, with Demo coming in on that Reyna, 4 kills out of nowhere with that Empress. He's got to be more consistent without the ultimate, because, you know, you can't use it all the time, right?
Yeah, so he basically went from 1-8 to 5-8, and it's exactly as you said, right? It's just begging a bit more of consistency from him, and that would sort of just lift 100 pingers so high. I think what Logista should have done right there is use the Omen ultimate to bait the rotation out and then stay in B side, therefore guaranteeing it for him. But now, God Particles, they look angry as they're going for the hard push into A, something that they found a lot of success with. Once they get control of the site, the Killjoy just sort of denies anything, but Rex trying to answer back. 3 versus 2 for God Particles as we see a lot of action really quick. Demo is on the flank.
Oh, Knight Rider comes in heavy with that 3 kills. Last man standing is Demo. This is going to be a tough one for him. Spike. And Knight Rider gets the 4th kill. I mean, Demo, if you can get 4 kills, Knight Rider wants to show that he can just as well. And it all started from this push here in Baths. And he makes his way onto site. So that's Amaya picking up 1. But the last 3 kills, Knight Rider so quick to pick them up. And 100 pingers, I do feel that, you know, they're pretty solid as a team, not too bad. Their aim is pretty alright, but just going up against such juggernaut of team like God Particles, that's where they are going to fall short. But they're still fighting hard. They have 3 rounds for themselves. There's a 5-round gap, however. But 100 pingers, they're pretty determined. They would have to bet that they are stronger on the other side, the side of attack. But this is going to be the last round before the swap. And let's see what both these teams have in store as Amaya pops that ultimate.
So another reason I really like Killjoy on like any map specifically, like in comparison to Cypher, is because this ultimate right here, we just got a chance to talk about it, but 100 Fingers actually answering back. Oh my god. 100 Fingers answering back with the team ace in the last round. Absolutely huge. Even though like it's just 1.84 compared to 9.3, makes a humongous difference. And 100 Fingers is doing like, we don't care if you use that really insane ultimate by Killjoy. We will wait it out and we'll play it really, really well. Demo with that judge. He is the jury. He also executes. Gets that kill. Wow. Okay, 100 Fingers answering back for me just adds so much excitement into this match, because even though God Particles, as you said, the 4th best team out of more than 250 teams, not a joke at all. The fact that 100 Fingers can stand up to them has to give them so much confidence.
Indeed. That round was so quick. God Particles, I don't think they approached that round with caution. But 100 Fingers, they have their head in the game. There's still a long way to go, but God Particles on the side of defense. And if I do remember correctly, they are relatively strong here. So let's see how this is going to pan out. Pistol round. And it seems like 100 Fingers, they're lurking closer to B site. And Hopes drops the drone, gets that information. 3 members on the side of B, they are going to stay here and try to stop 100 pingers as they move in. Now, the pistol round, the last time 100 pingers came out on top. So God Particles, they've got to be pretty careful. You know, they're pretty strong on the pistols. But there is the dash in from Rex. Knight Rider, he's covered by this dark cover. But Knight Rider, what? He gets the kill on Demo. And there are frags left and right. 3v3 situation, 100 pingers. The Omen is pretty low. How are they going to make this work? Hopes takes down Slayer. 2v3. Fires the shots, but Rex going to take him down. It's a 1v1 situation. And Amaya once again clutches the round for his team, stepping up to the plate. A great entrance for the sub of God Particles.
So right here, when the dark cover comes out, the dash, I think, from Rex does give away the information. And then the reveal by God Particle just sort of enables Knight Rider. Even though he's shooting blindly through the dark cover, he does have information of where the individuals were right before, right after the reveal as such. He's able to get the headshot and get the kill for himself. Amaya here winning the 1v1 against Delta God Force. Absolutely huge. I would love to take a look at the scorecard because I do think Amaya is leading the charge for... Okay, right behind Knight Rider. I think that's absolutely amazing to see because he is the substitute, as we keep mentioning. The fact that he's just behind Knight Rider, who's one of the mainstay MVPs for this team, is really, really cool to see from God Particles.
Ooh, Knight Rider with a very aggressive push.
Oh
It looks
God.
like he does not care. And he finds Slayer, but Rex with the mini comes in, gets the kill. Equal round for 100 fingers, but I think they might just make this work. Not quite, as Hopes chimes in, gets the double, and that's going to be a triple. That was flawless. Oh my goodness, he switched his gun and it was fantastic. But Demo takes the teleporter. Amaya jumps in and takes him out. Oh my goodness, that was a quirky round. It was really quick. But Knight Rider here just starts the ball rolling as he picks up Slayer. And Rex just pumps him to the face.
Turret out.
Yeah, eco round. They did manage to take down one player. Not too good. If they could take down more, it would be more worth. But God Particles, they knew what they wanted. They are on the side of defense, but they've just gone really aggressive. Pretty reminiscent of the last game where the defenders were also extremely aggressive.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's really cool the way they're synergizing. That's something we said in the pregame lobby, where what we wanted God Particles to improve on is the synergization. But Hoax, he gets the kill, but he tags multiple players right there to get that damage through. 4 versus 2 for the favor of God Particles. In this buy round, them winning this would be absolutely huge because it would basically guarantee them to go to 12 and fight for the win in the next buy round. Can 100 Fingers answer back? It's just 2 of them left.
God Particles definitely comfortable here on the side of defense. Definitely more flawless in terms of their execution. This time, they're just gonna sit back a little. Amaya though, he's trailing from the back. But there's 2 members on B long, and that's Knight Rider and Logista snuck up, got the kills. And that's gonna be another round for God Particles. And I think this is where the competition kind of divides both the teams, because God Particles, they are way more consistent here on the side of defense, and this is going to be pretty tough for 100 Pingers to bring it back. But I would urge them to go for the fight and try to take, you know, as many rounds as possible, because it's all a learning opportunity. And considering that today is day 2 of this Challenges Series 2, this is the 3rd time we have seen Bind out of 5 maps, including this that has been streamed. So Bind is, you know, a very common early pick, especially that we did know the last time around in the series. And we still don't see the utilization of the teleporter as much. I thought that it might happen, but it's not quite getting there yet.
Yeah, I think it comes down to Bind sort of just being a slightly simpler map where your sort of individual skills become way more important as compared to like a map like Haven, where your macro is so important because of the number of rotations you can pull off.
Oh, yeah.
Right here though, 100 Fingers in a really tight spot because you can see the amount of information God Particles is able to get. Rex though answers back. that Killjoy holding down one site is able to gain God Particles so much information, but that flank actually didn't end up working out with Rex getting the kill. Now, 100 Fingers are just 3v4, and this is the round they definitely need to pull something out, and they are doing just that, 3 versus 3, even for both teams, and 100 Fingers are going to be able to take control of site A and get the spike down.
Spike has been planted, and this is 100 Pingers coming in with the attack. Knight Rider pops the ultimate, has the daggers in hand. And right round the corner. Oh, both the Jets were ready, but Knight Rider comes out victorious as he aggressively looks for his next target. Now, Spike is being diffused, and Knight Rider watching all angles
Oh my
spots
god.
the Cypher, and that's going to be 4 kills as Amaya picks up rocks and a safe defuse. Unfortunately, Shibi does go down, but Knight Rider just coming in heavy. One for the highlight reels for sure.
I think something that goes unnoticed is the amount of sort of space that this Killjoy is providing for God Particles, because when you normally the setup you see from Amaya Jin right here is he puts down the swarm grenades and sometimes the alarm bot towards the showers, and then puts up the turret to back them up. So if an alarm bot does spot somebody out, the turret is able to reply with that damage. What that does is basically cordon off a site completely for 100 Fingers to use and force them to come to another Knight Rider. Oh my god.
Barrier is dead.
What was that? And that is a wrap. God Particles, they make it over to the round of 128. What on earth was that play? Oh my goodness, Knight Rider. He must be the MVP for God Particles, but that was a treat to watch. And Knight Rider there with 22 kills, 373 average combat score, and Hoax just trailing behind.
Yeah, like Knight Rider playing really, really well, just sort of running away with the MVP spot towards the end, getting multiple 4Ks for himself, and then just stylistically finishing off that round for them with that like double off kill, the flick at the end. Just exquisite, to be perfectly honest. God Particles, as we kept saying, they were the 4th best team in the last series. So for them, this is just rerunning the course, trying to get further than they could. Anything lesser than what they achieved last time would have been a disappointment.
Oh, indeed. Let's move into AMD's Relive the Moment and look at some highlights of what went down between 100 Pingers and God Particles. So something that I would like to point out was that ever since this whole Jet with the AWP meta came out, I would say that games have become a lot more interesting. So you get these players with very accurate aim. You see there, Rex here, Jet player, insane. We didn't see him with an AWP though. Pretty different to Knight Rider, but I really like that Jet is being used way more often, because the earlier tournaments when Valorant was, kind of just released, when people were figuring out, Jet was not a very common pick. But right now, she seems to be here in the meta and here to stay. And I really like the display of Jet by Knight Rider.
So Jet is the kind of Asian that I think thrives in chaos. It thrives in a meta where the play is less calculated and more skill based, because it allows the player wielding the Jet to sort of just utilize their movement to the max and pull out those key aim, as we saw. Like we saw Knight Rider multiple times with the knives getting headshots upon headshots, being able to pull back those knives for more rounds to go and getting so much value out of them. But I think even though Knight Rider was the MVP here, for me personally at least, and I might be just a little bit biased here, the MVP was Amaya Jin, because I don't think it's a joke to be replacing one of the best players in Ember CS in a team that was the 4th best team in the previous series, and then to pull out such a good performance on a brand new agent. For me, it showcases a lot of caliber for this player and a lot of ability for him moving forward.
I think that's what makes God Particles such an exciting team to watch. They have a 6-man roster, and everyone in that roster is really good, and they work so well together. So that is one thing about God Particles, the bond, the teamwork. It's absolutely great, especially displaying it here. So you can see that God Particles, they did give away 4 rounds to 100 Pingers, but the moment the sides swap, it was history for 100 Pingers. So God Particles very strong here on the side of defense. and they played it to their best ability. And that explains their team composition as well, why they like that Killjoy, and they have the Omen. Shivy also switching up the pick. I like that about God Particles. Very ready to adapt to one another, and also being the IGL, he definitely is giving um, the opportunity to his teammates to shine on what they are most familiar with.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I think the prime difference between the Cypher and the Omen is the Cypher, he sort of gives you the capability to control a site, and sorry, the Cypher and the Killjoy and the Killjoy gives you the ability to deny a site altogether. And we saw that really obviously in the God Particles defense, where 100 pingers, they're just sort of left to either go for the B push or try to A short push. And when that comes down, when you're defending with a Raze and a Killjoy on A side, if they try the A short push, they just pull themselves into a narrow alleyway where the Raze is able to use her utility to the max. And God Particles, I think they were a little bit rusty starting off, but as soon as they sort of found their pace, they were able to do so well. Having said that, 100 pingers, I think they played it really well. I don't think 13 to 4 is an accurate like description of how exactly the game went. So I'm really interested to see if this team sort of just takes this experience for themselves, goes back, practices, and will come back for the next series.
All right, GG, well played to 100 pingers, but ultimately, congratulations to God Particles for making it over to the round of 128. Now, the next game coming up is Noble Esports versus Indian Civitas, and that is a highly anticipated match. So do stick around. Remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you get notifications whenever we are live. And today is also the last day of the round of 256. Tomorrow will be the round of 128. So sit back, relax. If you want to treat yourself, we have shopping links in the description as well. We'll be back very shortly with Noble Esports versus Indian Civitas.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
forces aimed at the Earth. And injustice. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.
I never want to make compromises when I play. I need every FPS I can take to perform at my peak. For myself, for my team, as well as for my viewers. Streaming always used to present me with a choice, either FPS or stream quality. I no longer have to make that decision thanks to AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors. Now my viewers get to see my gameplay smoothly. Ever since joining the team in 2018, AMD's partnership with Fnatic has given us the latest computer tech to help our performance. 3rd generation Ryzen is now the pinnacle of multi-threaded processor performance, and it's a big step up from everything else I've used before. AMD have listened to our feedback to make sure they make the best products possible so that we can simultaneously play as well as stream at the best setting. That's why I use AMD's 3rd generation Ryzen processors.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 2, powered by AMD, and our media partner is AFK Gaming. We are back with the last game that we will be streaming today, and it is Noble Esports versus Indian Civitas. Now, Indian Civitas, we have not seen them, so it's time for them to, prove themselves in this match, especially it is the first round of the tournament, the round of 256. As for Noble Esports, this is an extremely interesting roster. So, CA, break it down for us from what you have observed.
So Noble, like Indian Civitas, actually is a brand new team to the TEC Challenger Series. But what is not brand new is the players themselves. Right now, we have this ruler of the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series in Velocity, who just sort of dominated every single team, trampled them even to get to the throne. And we have a bunch of Nobles here in Noble Esports, just sort of collected from multiple different teams, come together to usurp this ruler from his throne. We have Hika, who's been one of the most amazing individual players we've ever seen. And then we have a brand new player who's making his debut in the Valorant competitive scene in Sai. Now, Sai, from my knowledge, he's been one of the most really good, purely skilled players coming in from CSGO. I wonder if he can adapt that skill to include abilities and include that in Valorant and bring this team forward.
Yeah, this team is almost like a team made up of members that really like one another. Now we're going to move into the match, and what I mean by that is that Noble Esports, let's just pull up the scoreboard here. So Tito, Rexy, Harsh, Hika, and Sai. So these players, they all came from different teams and they're mashing up together. If you did mention Hika, he was from a Sri Lankan org called Zeg. And Zeg made it at least pretty high to the top 8 in the last tournament. So it's pretty cool that these players are now grouping up together and they are working to, leave their mark on the Challenges series. I'm really excited, especially Sai now coming back into the competitive scene. He is a brilliant content creator, so let's see what he can do on the competitive side of things. But right off the bat, we see Indian Civitas coming in, but Sai with the turret and picks up a kill, but he's unfortunately taken down by Harsh. Chimes in, gets a double. Last man standing is IC Knight, and he's taken down by Hika. That was so quick. But it's a great start for Noble Esports, and they are speculated to be one of the strongest teams potentially in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, you can see right here, like, they've definitely done their homework because on Ascent especially, that Killjoy spot is so good. You put the turret right there on top of the boxes, and then you put the alarm bot on the entry point. So if anyone tries to enter, especially when the team tries to go for a rush like this, the alarm bot gets the vulnerable onto multiple members, just enabling the turret to get the kill by itself. Killjoy already looking so good. Sai, who I expect to be the op user, on the Killjoy now, going for the aggressive push with the scepter, gets one side really strong off of his debut. Chiku gets the return kill though, making it 4 versus 4. Indian Civitas trying to answer back.
This is going to be a tough one for Indian Civitas going up against, so let's see how they're going to fare. About Harsh coming in. And this time he's on a Jet. If I recall correctly, he was an Omen player, but that has been given over to Tito. But Hika pushing in hard from the side of defense. He's now basically in the attacker side spawn, so close. Hika just throwing out those grenades and satchels, looking for that kill. And Indian Civitas, they're pretty much cornered at this point. 4v3 situation. Doesn't look right for them. Equal round as well. But Harsh gonna pick up one, and so does Hika, and ends it off with a double. That is Noble Esports. A very aggressive team, we can say the least.
Yeah, so Hika, he's one of the players who was competing with God Squad players who made it to the finals for the top MVP spot. This player, even though he didn't get as many games, was right up there in the number of MVPs, just proving his caliber. You can see right here, the way he plays Raze so aggressively, having pure confidence in his gameplay, showcasing so well. And right out of the bat, I really like the way Noble have been playing. Sai pushing up A-Long to get that peek onto them and get that kill. Just really aggressive gameplay coming out from them. Out of the defensive side, again, once more, Sai with the Sova from Noble, trying to push in right there, getting the health advantages. Next, he finished it up with the shock dart.
Oh,
Ooh,
Rexy
boy.
is still performing great. From Sentinel, you know, he used to play a lot of Sage, now he is the initiator. And then aggressive Rexy is a good one. That's Hika coming in with a kill, and that's going to be 2 pickups. But Rexy with the triple takes down Knight, who was just trying to get an orb, and Rexy with the 4K coming in strong. And yeah, Rexy in the last series, he was part of God Squad, but now he has broken away from the team and joined Noble Esports. So now, you know, potentially Rexy could be up against Global Esports, which is what God Squad has reformed themselves into. But right off the bat, Noble Esports, a very strong roster, 5 players that, you know, potentially they were friends before, and they have been friends in the competitive scene for quite a while. I would say that Hika is a very new addition. They must have scouted him from Zeg and just took him, because Hika placed number 2 on the MVP vote. And he was MVP for every single round the time that he was playing for Zeg. So this is really great. And Tito here, don't forget about him as he gets the opening frag onto Indian Civitas.
Hika definitely made an explosive splash onto the scene, and Noble Esports, the way they're playing their first ever game that we're seeing in action is just sort of so amazing for me to see. Savage now with the 3K as Hika finishes it off. Rexy got the 4K last round, and you can see on the scoreboard that it's not as usual what we expect from a team that Hika is in. Hika usually goes far and beyond from his team, teammates in terms of frags. This team is not like that. In this team, every single member stepping up, multiple members just trying to vie for that MVP spot, makes them such an exciting team to watch. They keep pushing in. Like, we have to remind ourselves that they're playing on the defensive side because they keep taking mid control. They keep pushing in, and that's something so beautiful to watch from a new team.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's Hika with 5 kills. I think he might be fighting for that MVP spot. But let's just talk about team compositions. I do like Noble Esports. They have the 2 controllers, 2 agents that are really good at controlling a site, and that is Tito on the Omen and Sai on the Killjoy. They have opted for 2 duelists. Hika, he's a great duelist, so they're going to keep him on that rank. They've got the Jet and the Sova. So all-rounded team, a fair composition for both sides. And if you're taking a look over at Indian Civitas, they opt to run the Sage. So Omen and Sage is there for, you know, the defense. And they have 2 duelists as well as 1 initiator. So not too bad. Unfortunately, it might be a skill mismatch though. I mean, it is the round of 256. And would you call it luck for Indian Civitas to just come up against Noble Esports right off the bat?
I will be their
So for me, in the team compositions, I'm not a big fan of Sage because when you look at them, it becomes a Jet and the Killjoy versus the Sage, and the Reyna, but the Stage is like, bro, why are you talking bad about me? Because he just gets the instant kill with the operator. Something obviously the Sage is good at. But for me, the biggest problem is that the Sage doesn't provide utility in this meta. Because there's something we talked about last map, whereas the way this meta is shaping out to be sort of an aggressive, chaotic meta, where initiative is what like pays you and what gets you the win. Sai getting that kill right there, using the swarm grenades to deny the entry for so long. Really well. Sai getting another, has the ultimate for the next round if he wants to use, making that aggressive push, gets the another kill with the spam. Sai with the 3k, Savage finishes it up. Tito finished it up the 2. Multiple players showing up with multi-kills over multiple rounds, and that's a lot of multiples, but you get my drift.
Do take note that if you are looking at the mini-map, they may be very aggressive going for the kills, but it seems like they are sticking to the backstab Kate and Hika.
Yep.
Considering that they have placed him on the B side, he is always very ready to come in from the back to look for frags. And you know, as much as if you are against an opponent that is not as strong as you are, it's still good to practice strategy and ideas together. But this one, you know, they are going in for a run. They're just charging at Indian Civitas with all their might, and you can see that they might just be choked up here on the A lobby as, you know, Noble Esports, they're looking for that opportunity to come right around. So Indian Civitas, they're clustered, and it's only a matter of time until an angry swarm of Noble players are ready to take their lives.
So you see, Indian Civitas actually once again going for the A push, and they're gonna get lucky in the sense that there's no Killjoy here to stop them. But I'm not so sure about that luck, given that instead of Killjoy, there's 4 members. All of them do get spotted out right there by Rexy. The Hunter series is gonna come out by Indian Civitas, but not gonna spot anybody, as Harsh just started sidestepping it really cleanly. Something for me personally that I was curious about is why we were seeing Sai on the Killjoy, because as you can see, he is on the operator, and something I expected. Now the push coming in will just be mowed down by Noble. Oh my god. Down for Noble. Indian Civitas just sort of stuck and not able to actually express themselves in this match.
Yeah, you know, they were waiting around for quite a while. I do feel that if they decided to shift walk out of there and just go in for the quick rotate, they might have, you know, at least a little bit of a better chance. But you know, to my knowledge, Sai as a player, he is really well-rounded as an FPS player. So I think, you know, if he wants that up and play that Killjoy, he's just gonna make it work. And you know, it's pretty cool to see that not everyone has a standard way of playing. They are tailoring these agents and their choice of weapons to what suits them. But it looks like Tito might just have disconnected there, and there is a pause. So on the topic of that, let's just bring up the scoreboard real quick and see how everybody is doing. 6 rounds in, and Indian Civitas, they haven't gotten around for themselves. But Sai, he is definitely popping off. You see right up there with 7 kills together with Hika. So, you know, if Hika wants to be on the top of the MVP board, he's got to try a little bit harder this time.
Yeah, for sure. He's just 1 assist behind, and Hika is definitely going to be a bit annoyed about that, potentially, given the fact that he was comfortably the MVP every single time. But yeah, the Killjoy on Sai, for me, it makes a lot more sense now, because the one thing we were, like, a bit suspicious about was coming from CSGO to Valorant. CSGO is all about just the guns and your pure aim power, your skills, and Valorant, it brings in these abilities that you have to suddenly incorporate into your playstyle. Killjoy is someone that, at least in my opinion, is much easier to pick up because your abilities become more about placement rather than immediate utility. The normal op users that we know, like Jet, Sage before she was nerfed, even, they're all about sort of using the walls reactively as compared to Killjoy, where you sort of place the grenades, the alarm bot proactively. Doing this, it's sort of just like leaves Sai out to do what he does best, which is just use his pure skill advantage and get the kills for himself. The way he's played really aggressively, I know it's just his debut, but I'm already excited about this player.
Oh, once the pause is done, I am really excited to see what's going to happen because there is going to be a full buy from both sides. We did see that Indian Civitas, they have invested in a bunch of Phantoms, and hopefully they do change up their play. It is going to be hard to attack against Noble Esports, considering that their track record is just so strong. But if you were placed in the position of Indian Civitas and you wanted to take just one round for yourself, what would your approach be into the game?
So you have to basically against Killjoy try to make a call. You either go attack the Killjoy knowing that the other team is going to be relying on her to hold one side by herself, because Killjoy is often compared to Cypher in the way that she sort of is able to hold down a side by herself. What she doesn't offer that the Cypher offers is consistent utility. She offers that instant utility through her alarm bot and storm grenade. So if you're able to bypass those, you can kill the alarm bot with your guns before it sort of explodes on you. So if you're able to do that, you just rush the A side. The other option Indian Civitas do have is, as we mentioned before in a previous round, when they went towards A, it's fine to make that play, but once you're sort of stuck in that corridor for long enough, make the rotation go towards the other side. Again, knowing that like the way Noble Esports are working is they're playing really, really aggressively. So if you make that rotation, you might just catch them off guard in the mid side of the map where there's no real vantage points to sort of hide behind.
All right, guys, remember this is the LG Ultragear TEC Challenges Series 2 that you are watching, powered by AMD, and we have AFK Gaming as our media partner. Unfortunately, a few tech difficulties on one side of the team. So once they are back in action, we'll be back with the action. So stay tuned. Okay, awesome. Alright guys, and now we are back with the action. So it seems like we are going to continue. Unfortunately, Tito's not going to be there, but I don't think this is going to be a problem for Noble as Harsh takes down
Nowhere to
Icy.
run.
And that's a really creative name there. But Rexy here popping the Hunter's Fury. And he does pick up one, and SP King is going to go down.
You will not kill my allies.
For me, a lot of Rexy, especially from the finals, has been a sort of resurgence. We saw him on stage so much during the initial stages of the tournament. It felt like he was sort of oppressed a little bit, and him getting off the stage after the stage nerfs, he just feels so free. He's been the initiator, and now he's on the Sova, and he's able to utilize that freedom so well, creating opportunities for his team, doing just that for Noble. You see, once again, as you mentioned before, Hika on the backstab, just running towards Indian Civitas. He's gonna find multiple members, finds Ichiku right there.
Oh dear,
Indian
Sai!
Civitas-
And Sai finally connects the shot at the expense of Rexy playing with his life. But that's gonna be a 3v2. And Noble Esports, considering that they are one man down, they did manage to take down 3 members of Indian Civitas. But Hika also goes down. So what are they gonna do? I see Knight and his trusty Sova. They're left, but 12 seconds left on the clock. Not gonna have that time to plant. And Indian Civitas at a massive disadvantage. They're just up against such good players.
Yeah, I mean, this was
Oh,
4v5.
no. And Striker takes down Sai, who was just aggressively
Revealing areas.
running into them. But you see, Noble Esports now with 7 rounds ahead. I don't even think they're entirely playing this match to their utmost capability, almost.
So, we just got a look at what went on in the break, and it was exactly as I expected. These 4 players, they're
Eyes
like,
up.
you know what, we can just take this game 4v5, let's go ahead with it. And it just, for me, it showcases the sort of cohesiveness within the team when they're sort of able to adapt to this sudden impending situation. And the fact that Indian Civitas, they're left in a situation where they feel like they can't move whatsoever. Repeatedly, you find them in these corridors just stuck, trying to take the gunfights, and Hika does go down. Striker finds another, carrying forward the momentum from the end of last round. That shock dart though found multiple members doing a significant amount of damage. It is 3v5 for Noble Esports as Tito is still AFK. Indian Civitas finally getting control of his life for themselves, but 2 kills going down will mean that it's even once again for Noble Esports, and it's going to be another round for them.
Oh, the raw aim from Noble Esports is just, you cannot beat players with all this experience, and unfortunately this is where Indian Civitas fall short. But Harsh ends it off with a triple kill, and that is going to be it. The Killjoy also does drop that ultimate, but 8 rounds in, Indian Civitas, they are struggling, and I don't blame them at all. I would say that at this point, if, I think the attackers should just aim for 1 round. Just take 1 round, especially now it's a 5v4. They could try to work something out. Well, that is, if Noble Esports does manage to slip up and Indian Civitas does catch them while they are not as attentive.
Yeah, for sure. Like, Indian Civitas, for them, they did some sort of improvement the last round when they were able to get into the site. I think they just have to try to build on that and try to get some sort of control possible. You see them now trying to get mid control as they make their way towards A site. And for me, that's what Indian Civitas need to be doing. Sai, though, he's once again back on the A side with that Killjoy. The turret on top of those boxes, the smokes won't matter as much. They do reveal him though, but the turret will spot out every single member. They have control of the site though, so maybe Indian Civitas will be able to put this back.
What?
Oh my god!
That flick was nuts. That is Sai for you. And not going to be a double kill just yet.
Oh.
And that's going to be the double kill as Rexy chimes in and finds 1, finds 2. And last man standing is home, and he's going to drop that paranoia. But even though Rexy's blinded, he's going to take Ichiku out. And that's going to be a flawless round for Noble Esports. 4v5 situation. I think it's going to be hard for Indian Civitas here to even take a round because Noble Esports is just really well-rounded. When you have aim like this, it is a tough one.
Placing alarm bomb.
So, I personally don't watch basketball, but I know of this term called the fadeaway. Because that's exactly what that was. He's like, peek, kill, bye-bye. Peek, kill, bye-bye. And like, what the pace at which he did that, I don't even think a lot of us could like equip the sight at that pace. So just brilliant skill coming out from
Could you
side
say?
right there.
Could you say that the ball is in Noble Esports right now? You know, when a game is just going so quick and pretty repetitive, yes, Noble Esports has such dominance, end up making points. But that is Sai, he unfortunately misses the first shot. And Ice Knight does take him down, but Hika and Harsh finds to Hika with the satchel kill. This is not the first time we've seen it. Harsh with the double. And Ichigo does take out one, but Hika with the showstopper blasts the Omen to his death. 10 rounds, double digits. It's almost over for Indian Civitas.
Indian Civitas definitely learning. You can see that they once again go for the A push, acknowledging that their best hope is to force the site where like there's very few members. As I mentioned, like against the Killjoy, the advantage you have is that once her alarm bot is gone, once her swarm grenades is gone, her utility is also gone. It's not like the Cypher where you have the camera to maintain the utility. But Hika, he's just annoyed. He's like, I am not at the top of the kill board. What is going on? Give me 3 kills. I need to be on top of the kill board. Gets himself that and puts himself on top.
What?
Oh my god.
How? Wait, what? Did you see that? Hika comes in, swaps to the melee weapon. This is Harsh taking a kill, but he swaps to the melee weapon and nothing. I don't even know how that played out. And Reina didn't manage to pick up the kill fast enough, but Noble just closes them down, almost like deja vu at A lobby. But that was one of the most awkward gunfights we've ever seen, and let's just take a look here again.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, he swaps with the gun, his axe, and then just dances around trying to dodge the shots, pulls out his own gun, gets instant one tap. He's like, that's how you do it, my man. Let me show you how to dance, and then kill you instantly. Just 10-0 to Noble Esports, and even though like we keep talking about like how good these players are playing, Indian Civitas, they've definitely like responded well. And the way Noble Esports are sort of dominating Indian Civitas, the only team I can remember who's done that before is Velocity Gaming. And to be mentioned in the same sentence as Velocity Gaming in that regard is no joke whatsoever. So Noble Esports definitely setting the mark for themselves in this tournament. Ooh, boy.
Here comes Harsh, 59 HP. And I see Knight takes him out. Last man standing, but he's still gonna put the resurrection 2v4 situation. Hika takes him out, triple kill, drops the satchel, gonna bounce that nade off the wall, physics. And oh dear! In comes the showstopper, but Rexy does pick up the kill with the shock dart. And at this point, I don't think there's any strategy. There is no conscious moves. They're just running right over to Indian Civitas, trapping them. They aren't even able to get out of the area closest to where they've spawned. So 12 rounds for Noble Esports. Seems like it's going to be a clean sweep. It is also going to be a side swap and a pistol round. So if Indian Civitas want to at least take one round, they've got to rely on that aim. And we see Hika with the Frenzy, which is, you know, a little bit different. But let's see what he's going to do here. And you can see all these buddies just having fun, slashing at each other. I mean, no biggie, right?
I mean, yeah, this is still a 4v5. I did see Tito move a little bit, but he stopped once again. No, okay, Tito is back, so it is a 5v5 for the match point. Tito just coming in and be like, guys, I'm a part of the team too. And Harsh gets 2 kills for himself. Mika gets the 3rd. It looks like it's going to be a clean 13-0 for Noble Esports with a 3-man advantage for themselves. Harsh gets his 3rd.
Wait, what? Sai, come on, Sai.
Oh
And he's going for the knife. It doesn't connect as Harsh picks up 4 kills. Noble Esports making their way into the tournament with such an explosive but very creative entrance. But that is Noble Esports going over to the round of 128. That was just, could you say it's mean? I don't know.
I mean, given the fact that this is a competitive tournament, we have 1.5 lakh of prize money up for grabs. I would say it's style, because you have to flex on your opponents, you have to make yourself known. Harsh, right there,
Harsh.
the 410 average combat score, 19 and 12. Hika's gonna be a bit annoyed about that. He'll have words with him about that. But Harsh just showing up insanely well. And this is what I love about this team is that on any day, and this we usually say this for Velocity, but on any day, any member of Noble could show up. And since we keep drawing so many analogies to Velocity, I'm really excited to see how far Noble could go, maybe even challenge the rulers themselves.
Oh, they are extremely strong. Track record wise, they definitely have what it takes to at least make it up to the top 8. So watching their journey is going to be one to keep an eye out for. Now let's move into AMD's Relive the Moment and talk a bit more about Noble Esports as a team. I mean, it was a one-sided game. It was a stomping. 13-0, but Indian Civitas, they did have a, good attitude about it. They knew what was going on, and they came in knowing that they're going to be up against such juggernauts in the FPS scene. So they must be having fun. But overall, talking about Noble Esports, we can see that this is a team set up for success. It's almost like they carefully picked the members, see what they are good at. They pick the right amount of duelists and the right amount of controllers. They have that balance. So it's not just, 5 players that are the same grouping up together. They all are different and they have different strengths. And that is interesting to see on how they are going to connect with one another to pull off some brilliant gameplay.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see the way they sort of approach the game in the sense that they move as one cohesive unit, even though they're moving all across the map. Every
Oh, yeah.
single round, if you look at the minimap, the way they move is multiple members going for the flank, while like 1 or 2 members are holding down the front for themselves. This sort of, for me, it shows a ton of communication going down between the players because you have to like coordinate on when you're making that push to get that pincer strategy on point. And that's exactly what Noble Esports did every single round. The Killjoy holding down A one side to enable the mid push by Harsh, or the Killjoy holding down B to enable the A long push. Just the way they're able to take control of multiple sites together is something that I'm really excited to see in action versus better teams.
Oh, indeed. And Noble Esports, great entrance. This is the first time we are seeing all of them band together as one in this Challengers Series 2. So, guys, if you did enjoy this, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you can get notifications whenever we are live and you can see more of some of these amazing teams that have played today. So, once again, congratulations to Noble Esports. We'll see you guys in the round of 128. And unfortunately, this is a wrap. We had 3 games. We had Team Tamilas, God Particles, and Noble Esports making it over to the next tier of the tournament. And yesterday, a little recap, Exceeding Esports, Weekend Warriors, and Global Esports, they also make their way over to the round of 128. So remember, subscribe so you can catch everything that will be streamed on this channel. Now, if you want to treat yourself, we do have some amazing deals. Links are in the description. And without further ado, we are going to close this off. My name is Apollonia. I was your host and caster, and joining me was CA, caster and analyst. Until tomorrow around the same time, we'll see you guys then. Good night.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.